Good morning, family. So, we are now in what is and should be Vlogmas Day 10. So, I'm going to start this vlog by saying last week has gotten the best of me. I will tell anyone, just being very forward and honest, that Vlogmas is not easy. I think we have content through like day 7, day 8, day 9. I did not record anything because last week in general I just wasn't feeling well, and I think those were kind of the days that it led up to like the overwhelm. And on day 9 I actually ended up having to work, so that was yesterday, Sunday. Normally I don't work on Sundays, but during the holiday season, as we kind of come into the close of ending the holiday season, that is our busiest time of the year. So we end up doing like 6-day work weeks. And that started yesterday. And I can tell you that your girl was not prepared. So I did not get to vlog for the last 2 days, but today we are back in full effect. And, I did ask for forgiveness before I needed it because I was not sure how this was going to go. So yeah, we missed 2 days, but we're gonna try to make it up to you guys. Like, honestly, we didn't even do salsa on Friday, so our salsa class was supposed to actually restart on Friday. I didn't feel well, so I did not go. On Saturday, we were supposed to go out, to celebrate his sister's birthday. I ended up not going. He did go. He could have vlogged, right? I don't know why Aaron didn't vlog, but it was a wrap for that for me. I stayed home. I fell asleep immediately after he walked out the door. And yeah, next thing I woke up and it was Sunday and I had to work. So I am trying my best with this, guys. We're trying our best with this. So I'm asking you to hang on, bear with us, as this is our first year of doing Vlogmas. Like I said, both of us are in like technology and in the retail sector together. So this was trying something new during a time that is nearly impossible for the both of us. So we are giving this everything that we have, and I'm sorry if I've been a little boring, these last few days, or whatever it may be, but I definitely tried to bring you guys like, real content, not anything to make it look like we're doing things that we're actually not doing on a regular basis. We do like to go out, we do have fun, we do engage in those kinds of activities, but it's not a 24/7 turn up. For in the real adult life, I don't know anyone that can do that unless they're in the entertainment industry. And like I said, God bless their souls, because I could not do that every day. But yeah, so we are here on Vlogmas Day 10. This is my only off day for the week. Ultimately, what I'm going to be doing today, I am going to try to like clean up a little bit. It looks crazy. It's crazy in here. I'm really about to fight my furniture. I'm about to fight everything because my house looks crazy. And so we're going to do some cleaning. I'm going to be doing some cooking. So I'm not sure yet if I intend to film like another cook with me. We're a little behind with getting out some of the content, so I don't want to have like too much stuff just kind of waiting in the wind and then it never gets up. But I am planning to cook today because the food that I took out with the intention of cooking yesterday wasn't fully thawed anyway, but by the time I got home, it was just like nearly like 8 o'clock or something, 7:30, 8 o'clock. So that actually did not work out for me. What else do I want to do today? Let me show y'all how serious it is. I was supposed to be putting these up, I think, on day 6. These are still not up. This will take me all of 10 minutes. I have not had 10 sane minutes in here, or rather 10 minutes period, just to stop, drop, and put the bulbs up. Your girl wasn't feeling good, okay? I wasn't feeling good. Definitely going to take care of that today. And even though we haven't done that, I haven't done that. We've still been, lighting the tree every night, putting on the lights. We turn it off when we actually go to bed. lately we've been falling asleep like in the living room first, and then we'll be out here until about 1, 2 o'clock, and then we'll end up going to get in the bed. We'll turn everything off. Tree is looking a little bare. Sorry if that was too close. Tree is looking a little bare right now because I haven't even had time to focus in and settle on shopping for real. I think I bought Aaron one thing so far. He has a couple of presents under the tree for me. We still have not yet purchased presents for anyone else. I actually did just order him like 2 things last night while I was like laying on the couch immediately before I shut my eyes. So those things should be coming pretty soon. And we are a part of like grab bags. We haven't even gotten anything yet. Like, what is going on? What is going on? So your girl needs to grab her whole life. That sums up how I've been feeling. That sums up, how the week has been going. So I'm glad that you guys are here with us and, still trooping along. We appreciate you. And looking forward to finishing out the rest of Vlogmas pretty strong. So let's go. Let's go get this coffee started so I can actually be functional. Let's get this coffee started. I want to make some breakfast. I feel like having breakfast today. What do I want to eat? I should make some home fries. I haven't had home fries in a very long time. And home fries are delicious. I think I'm going to do that. So y'all, last night I could not sleep. So one of the reasons I think I've been falling asleep on the couch is because it feels like, I guess initially it's like more comfortable for me. And what ends up happening is when I fall asleep on the couch and then it's time to go get in the bed, I cannot go back to sleep. So I end up being up for like a few hours before I can actually fall back to sleep. It's almost like falling asleep all over again. So my body has to get like tired once more. We have to get the melatonin running. And it has been a nightmare because I have literally been up every night for, I want to say at least the last week, from about 1 a.m. to about 4 a.m. And last night, forget it. Like, I was just up most of the night. I think we got in the bed around 1 o'clock. I did not go to sleep until about 5:30 this morning. And then I was up by like 8. So it's been a little treacherous for your girl because I do not know what is going on. Now, I do know that they say, as you get older, you tend to sleep less hours. But I'm just like, come on. This is like literally, this is not sleeping less hours. Like, this is me just being up all daggone day for nearly 24 hours. So I have no idea what's going on in my body. I don't know what's going on in my brain. I don't know if it's just like my brain is overactive or like, it's been a stressful time. So the anxiety may be playing a part, but I have got to get some sleep because I have to be on point all the time. And right about now, the only thing I want to do is sleep. And I will say that, like, I'm not a fan of taking, like, medicines to help things along, unless I necessarily, like, when I say not necessarily, but unless I absolutely have to, meaning, like, this could be the difference between life and death or, becoming, I don't know, just way worse off. So I'm not a fan of actually taking medicine. And one of the things, like, somebody suggested that I take was melatonin, like, either, like, I think they have, like, I think they have, like, pills or something. And I was just like, yeah, no. I think one of the problems is maybe I'm not active enough. Maybe I need to be more active so that I can tire my body out in the natural way. And then by the time it's bedtime, I can really just like, whatever. But something has to give. That's what I know. That is all I'm saying. Like, something has to give because I've not been sleeping. And it is no fun being up by yourself all night long. So I'm going to use my little Keep Calm and Sparkle On mug for my coffee today. I love my mugs and I love drinking out of mugs, but I feel like the mugs don't keep your like drink as warm. So sometimes I'll just put this like in my Swell or like a thermal cup. But I do like drinking out of my mugs because my mugs are like super cute. But then it's like I literally have to down my coffee in an instant and then my mouth be all scorched and on fire. So if you have any suggestions for like good mugs, like solid cute mugs that maybe, I don't even know if they provide insulation in mugs, so this could be completely like a no, but if you have any good mugs that like help keep the drinks hot, don't allow the heat to escape, put me on. Please leave me a comment below because I think it's time to invest in some really good quality mugs. Not just because they're cute. Alright guys, so I'm making some home fries, some bacon, and a little bit of egg scramble. So bacon is in the oven. We have to give that like a few minutes to cook so I can actually separate it. And then once it's separated and on its way, I'll go ahead and put the potatoes in the pot and I'll crack up my egg, get it mixed up and ready to be cooked. And we are going to bust this breakfast down because your girl hasn't had time to make a homemade breakfast in a while. Right. So I like to eat at home. I think one of the things I've been doing, I've actually been doing very well at it, probably for, I would say at least the last month, is like I eat at home. I don't even know, I can't even point to a day where I ended up having to really buy lunch while I was out. Like obviously except for, the meeting that I had where we actually went to a restaurant, like that was planned. Or like a date night where Aaron and I actually went out to like a restaurant to eat because that was planned. But as far as just like fast food, picking up quick stuff to eat while I'm out, if I get a little hungry, I haven't been doing that. And I feel really good about that. So we're gonna go ahead and make our potatoes now, get them started at least. And then I'm gonna separate the bacon. So can you guys see? It just was not happening for you though. So I was like, okay, so much for that. Go ahead and put our little potatoes in. Turn those on low. Let's pour this coffee. Okay. Get this coffee handy. Usually I like to stir my coffee as I'm pouring it, but you know, when you have two hands, you can only do but so much. Yes. Whew. Yes, honey. Yes. So let's spread out the bacon so that we can get that back in the oven. And I know it's probably a little bit weird, but the reason the bacon is like together like this is because I actually leave. Well, I don't like to like freeze and refreeze bacon, so I separate it like once the pack thaws one time, and then I put it in the freezer to be able to, you know, be taken out in portions. So if I don't let the bacon thaw properly, or like let's say I don't know I want bacon until the last minute, like today, then you know I have a situation where I end up having to just throw it in there, let it cook a little bit so it can thaw, and then I have to separate it and throw it back in the oven. Almost lost you guys there. All right, so let's get this egg in the works. Everything else is basically done. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that a grand, fluffy, scrambled egg? Oh, it's so good. It looks so good. And now I'm going to season it. So we'll add our like pepper first. Then I'll add some salt. Mix it up, turn it off. Bacon back in the oven for like 2 minutes, 2 seconds really, just to make sure it's hot. So that'll be while I'm pouring my orange juice that I'll need to take my vitamins. All right, time to make that plate. Yes. All right, so it is time to dig in, and I will be back when we are putting these balls on this tray. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, so we are back, looking like today, and yeah, I'm gonna put on my little Christmas balls here. Oh no, so I have to put these.
Did they pop up?
No, I think we took them off.
We didn't use all of them last time.
Probably.
Some of these smaller ones still have them.
So, hey, did you just like throw the balls on the tray? Was there any color coordination here?
There was.
So why do you have like 2 silver balls like right next to each other?
So to move one of them.
Huh?
There's only 3 colors, so it's...
Yeah, but there are different types. Like what? What is that?
Woo! Remix Silent Night. What?
We made it. We made it, guys. We made it. So, the tree is officially decorated. Can't wait to get some more stuff up under there. And I think I need to figure out like what I'm doing with all these cards. I have an abundance of Christmas cards that I would really love to get rid of this year. But I'm not really good at Christmas card writing or mailing. Like, even if I write them, I won't mail them. So it'll be like, you were in my thoughts, but you'll never get the card.
You were in my thoughts, but you never know.
I'm so terrible with that. Yeah, you know. Gotta know your flaws. Babe, how was your day?
It was a good day. It was.
So it was more than a day. It was a good day.
I mean, that was a day. What did I do today? Yeah, I had a couple of sessions to start the day, and those ran like fine, nothing crazy, no hiccups. And then after lunch, did another review of one of the newer sessions. That went well. And then to wrap up my day, I had to be support for he who shall not be named. And
Our nemesis.
and it was a train wreck. And it was just like it's just hard to watch sometimes.
Yeah, so there's this like guy on Aaron's job that is a slacker, you know. Let's just call it what it is. And from the stories that I hear, it's almost made me like not really care for him because it frustrates my babe. And I don't like my babe being frustrated. And yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't like slackers either.
What? I look frustrated?
I
Or stressed out? I don't know what you're talking about.
mean, not now you don't.
Is this my glass or your glass?
If you don't give me my wine.
Oh,
God. I mean, not now you don't, but
no,
I'm sure you were.
I definitely was in the moment. But, yeah. I get over it. It's frustrating. Because the thing is, for those of you who may not know, like, we, being Ebony and I, we work hard. Like, we care about the jobs that we have, so we put a lot of effort into making sure things run as smoothly as possible and are as successful as possible. So, when others who are either on our team or work for us don't have that same kind of passion towards what they do, it really gets under our skin, and it can be a very frustrating time, but we make it work. But it is, some days are more challenging than others when you're kind of forced to be in the same space with somebody who doesn't have the same level of care for their job as you do.
Slackers. I like seeing my baby upset. And especially because, like, he's not even the type of person that really gets upset over stuff. So for him to be bothered by something, it's like it really has to have either been going on a very long time, or it's like one of those things that's just like a year automatically. No, this is not gonna work. You know, I am like the hothead in the relationship. So I'm like, it's funny. If I had to relate it to something, you would be like, you remember the girl from Rush Hour, the little girl, when she was like egging the guy on for like to push the button.
Oh.
She was like, push the button, push the effing button. Like that is completely me. Like I wish you would do something. He's like, babe, calm down. It's gonna be all right.
And I'm Jackie Chan. Jackie always okay. No matter how many beatings he takes, Jackie's always okay.
That's hilarious. I just like that little girl is just like the epitome of my personality. Like in that moment, she's just like, push the button, push the button. Just like super hyper.
Yeah, that's my baby.
Feisty.
That's why we work well together.
It's like yin and yang.
Like wine and cheese.
Yin yang twins. Oh god. Wait do you see my
Say what?
But yeah, I think it's funny because like even though we're like opposites in the way we deal with stuff, I do think we've both kind of added to each other's like personalities a little bit. So I've actually calmed down quite a bit, even though I'm still a feisty. But where he would just be completely even before, it would just be like beep, beep, beep. Now it's just like there's a lot of emotion that comes through. And I'd be like, babe, calm down. It's okay. Like you gotta relax.
Oh no. I will not stand for this. That's why I'm sitting down.
It was just like, but there are those moments. They definitely come out, and I would say like when we first started dating, like he definitely would not, react in that way. And now there are things that happen, and I'm just like, I would like always react, and sometimes I'm just like, you know what, like I don't have time for this.
Yeah, our personalities definitely started to blend a little bit.
Yeah, he's still the calm one. For the most part.
You still be quick to set people straight.
I
said you still be quick to set people straight, especially when there's a sale and they try and not give us that sale. Ooh, child.
Not my problem.
The sign said it was 80% off, so I'm paying 80% off. It's not my fault. It was in the wrong spot. I grabbed it from where the sign said 80% off. But Miss,
your girl love a discount. I love a discount.
Not my problem.
So I have to share this story because like since he brought it up, we went to a certain retailer who shall remain nameless in this video. I don't need nobody coming after me. And I was looking for a coat. And we all know, department stores, they're not always the neatest, right? So I was looking and looking and looking. I went there actually for a specific coat. And I ended up finding something else in the store that I liked. They didn't have the coat that I actually wanted in the store. So separate, thing, had to order online. But I found another coat in the store that I really liked. On the rack, it was the brand that it was supposed to be, and the sign said 60% off. There were no stipulations. I made sure I read it, and I double checked, read the fine print, everything. There were no stipulations whatsoever.
It literally just was like, brand name, 60% off. In fine print, Sale lasts until X date. Okay.
Usually, it'll say like exclusions apply, something like that. That was not there.
It'll be like, oh, items priced from X to X fall under this bracket. There was no extra stuff like that.
So I grabbed the coat. Of course, in the actual like department, like where the coats were, the line was ridiculous. So I went over to another section to ring up the coat. Ring up the coat. Coat comes up, I think something like 20% off. And I'm like, wait a second, that's not right. The sign said it was supposed to be 60%. And I felt so bad because, first of all, I wasn't even in the coat department to be ringing up my stuff.
We were in the pots and pans department.
Second of all, the gentleman, he was a much, much older gentleman.
At least 42.
Maybe times 2. And like he just couldn't move quickly. He didn't have it in him to move quickly. And I was like, sir, I was like, I know it's not your fault, but the coat is 60% off. And I was like, if we can walk over or whatever, I'll go show you. So we go over to the coat department. Now I'm holding up the line. You hate the people that hold up the line. I was that person that day. We go to the coat counter, the coat cashier. This is where we went. He's asking her about the coat. She's like, you gotta go to the manager. So then he goes back to the department we were in. Like, I actually showed him where the coat was and what the sign said. We go to the department, we find the manager. And she's like, yeah, sometimes, she's like, it depends on how it rings up. I was like, well, I'll be very frank, ma'am. The coat is the brand, like in the section of the brand of all the coats. The sign says 60% off. There are no listed exclusions. Doesn't even say anything about exclusions apply. She's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, I can tell you right now, I was like, I'm not paying X amount of dollars for this coat because I picked it up because it said 60% off. I was like, the fact that everything is all over the place is not my problem.
Not my problem.
I was a little more, assertive, but she was like, yeah, but it's not not my problem. So she told the guy to override it and give me the code for 60% off. So, long story short, if you want to hold me to a price, because your girl loves a discount, you got to make sure all your stuff is in order. And if stuff is all over the place, you can't take that out on your customers, because it would be very different if I had picked the coat up like from a different section where, like, it was a completely different brand, whatever the case is. No, it was aligned with all the coats of that brand, and it was the big old sign said 60% off. You're gonna give me the coat for 60% off. So right is right, It wasn't, and I don't even think it was about customer service. It's more about dot your I's, cross your T's, have all your ducks in a row. And when you get caught slipping, you know what? You know who loses? You do. Not my problem that coats are all over the place. You want to honor and keep your prices together, then clean it up.
No, the department's a mess, so we can't honor that price. What? So you blaming your sloppiness?
Not my problem.
Not getting this discount? Not my problem.
Like, listen, I deal with, customers all day. Not every day, but I do deal in that customer service realm. And no different than if, hey, one of my partners, they forget to do something and the customer's like, hey, I saw it for this price. If the sign is there, you know what happens? You got caught slipping. You got to pay the price. Customer found the price. That's the price they get.
If the glove fits. I don't know. I was trying to think of something clever to say, but I couldn't. So
just be natural, babe.
I just gave half of. This is me being natural.
No.
Listen, I'm awkward in real life, so.
But yeah, so long story short, that was the whole story. Did you finish my wine?
What?
But I definitely sat more wine down here. Did you change my drink? You changed my drink. Yeah, I be wanting to know, but like, just bop him. Clean and throat, bow. I'm sitting here like, I know daggone well.
No, you finished it, babe. You can have the rest of mine, though.
Whatever. No, I did not.
And no, I didn't drink your wine.
I don't miss a beat. You might get some stuff past me in words, because the way these ears sound. I don't be trying to listen, for real. Not all the time. But these eyes,
I know.
these eyes, you don't get nothing past these eyes.
Just start writing stuff down. Oh, babe, you didn't hear me?
Selective listening. That was a trait that I learned in when I was working in politics. Yeah. You have no idea. I could selectively listen. Like there's no tomorrow. Excuse me. Did you say something? Come again? I missed it.
Oh, I know.
I can be in the conversation with you and then just stop listening. I'm so good at it. I've gotten so good at it.
I don't know if that's something to be bragging about, how good you are at ignoring people.
That's all, everybody. 7 seconds. 7 seconds or less. You gotta give me 7 seconds at a time. That's it. I have to process. And then we can begin again.
Because there's a scene where one of the younger guys in the movie is just rambling on about some topic. And then Robert Downey Jr.'s character is like, "You've been talking to me this whole time?"
That is so me. And it's funny, oh my God, because I definitely do. I'm like, wait, were you talking to me? I'm like, okay, you got to start again. Please start again, because I didn't hear anything. You gotta let me know when you're talking to me. Like, I be somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta let me know. You can't just start talking to me.
Don't matter if we the only two people at home. I start talking. Like, babe, you listening?
I'm like, are you talking to me?
Talking to me? Who else am I talking to?
I'm
not talking to
here.
myself.
You could be.
I don't. At least I try not to.
Without fail, it happens every time. He
Every
just starts talking, and I'm just like, are you talking to me?
Oh, you know what happened the other day and blah, blah, blah. Babe, you listening?
Huh? I can't hear you.
It's like you heard me, you just wasn't listening.
I can't hear you. I cannot hear the words that are coming out of your mouth. Oh, God. It happens at least twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
At least twice a day.
And
And
on
it's
the flip
funny.
side, like you always try and talk to me while there's something that is loud happening in the moment. Like I'll be in the bathroom washing my hands so the water's running.
I do that.
Babe, and blah. I can't hear you. Like I got all this water happening. All this running water. You got waterfalls. I can't hear you.
It's like,
I'm washing dishes. Babe, you know what? Huh? What? Wait, turn the water off. What? Okay, yeah. All right. Bad, but trying to watch this is bad. I can't hear you and watch this at the same time.
Like, my thoughts, it's funny because my thoughts are always like a continuation of everything. Everything I was thinking before. So I could talk to him about something at like 8 a.m. and we'll change topics a couple of times. And at 9:30, I'll be like, and blah, 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 blah. He's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? When I told you blah, 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 he's like, how am I supposed to know that that thought was a continuation? Because we didn't talk about anything else like this except for that. Like, why don't you know these things?
Like, I don't understand why she would think that was okay.
Because when he does it, I know what he's talking about.
Wait, that's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about the lady with the coats. Why would she think it's okay to not give me the discount? That's how it is. Like, we weren't even talking about anything remotely related to that. And how am I supposed to know that you went back to what we were talking about before?
Doesn't just know that.
See, you didn't just know.
I didn't. I don't know what the hell he was talking about just now. I'm like, what?
I finally got one.
Usually, though, I'm on point, and I'll be like, he'd be like, how the hell did you know what I was talking about? Because I was paying attention. I actually heard you.
I got you this time, though.
Yeah.
That took effort, though.
I'm like, what? This doesn't make any sense. But yeah. So, we are going to wrap up Vlogmas Day 10. You know, and like I said, yes, we flippity flopped for Vlogmas Days 8 and 9. But we are here. We are here. We are live and direct. And you know what?
Live in color.
This is my life.
Every day.
And we are out.